Hey guys, last that I reported here on YouTube, I got my approval from insurance, which is awesome. And now I've had my surgery date for a while now. It's March 31st. Due to the world's current events, I don't really know if that will get pushed back. I'm pretty comfortable right now. I feel at peace with everything. So if that happens, I'm not even too upset about it, because what's going on now in the world, none of us have ever seen. So this is all just like crazy. So it's understandable, of course. So last I left off, insurance approval, but I still needed an EKG, blood work, and I had to see my primary care physician. Luckily, like my primary care office was amazing because I did all of that in one visit, which was amazing. So did the EKG, that came back good. Blood work, I'm waiting on those results. My last visit appointment with my surgeon will be next week, midweek. So I'm wondering if I can, hear about their plans or if this is going to get pushed back or what have you. I start my liquid diet the day before that doctor's appointment, so I'd rather know ahead of time, if you know what I mean. My liquid diet will be 2 weeks. I bought a plan from my surgeon's office, so it's a certain kind of medical grade protein supplements that they have. And they have like little rules where I guess I could have up to 3 sugar-free popsicles a day. Hey, so there's that. And yeah, I'm just moving forward with everything. Every time I get this little feeling of like, do I want to do this procedure? I keep coming back to the fact that, it's a struggle every year still, and I rather have this tool to help in the process, because it's just a tool at the end of the day. I understand that, and I'm looking forward to going to some support groups, because I think that would just, as much as I think I'm a know-it-all, I know nothing about this, and it's something that you won't know even until you go through it. And talking with other people who've been through this, support groups are actually going to be like a good move. So we talked about that in my last nutrition class, which I had prior to visiting my primary care. So that was like a 2-hour class, by the way, where we got our pre-op diet. You learned a little bit about your post-op diet, and you have all this. It's a lot of information. So what they did was like went over the pre-op diet at the very end, since that's like it's gonna be the most fresh, like in your mind. But yeah, we'll see what happens with things. I'll jump back on here and give an update, but that's where I am right now. It's like, it's so close. It's getting so real. When I got my date, it just got so real. I remember being like somewhat annoyed that my insurance wanted me to go 6 months instead of 3. And I just wanted the 3 months and get it done. And due to what's going on in the world, that might have been like awesome, but always on God's time. And when things are supposed to happen, that's when they happen. And now that we're getting so close, I'm like, wow, would I have even been like slightly like, would I have been ready at 3 months? I don't really know, because 6 months was a good amount of time to like let this marinate, like really let this sink in and realize like this change is forever, and have that motivation to really utilize this tool to the fullest. And I think that 6 months actually gave me that. So if you are watching this and you are in the process and they told you like a longer length of time, it's all good. It's all working out for you. That's the time it's supposed to be within. And really take that time to really dig into this and find people who've been through this, and jump in the Facebook groups that are available for you to join, even if you're pre-op. I met up with someone, an old friend who actually had this procedure, and I met with her for coffee one day and just sat down and like asked all my questions and things like that. I've just been meeting so many people along the way. And a really interesting story is when I went to go do my pre-op lab work, the lab technician asked which surgeon my results were going to be sent to, and I gave her the surgeon name, and she paused. And she paused for a minute, and I'm like looking like, what's wrong? And she turned to me and she said, that's my doctor. And I was like, wow. She was 11 months post-op, and I was just like a kind of a ball of nerves at that point. So I actually like ended up like getting emotional, because I just felt like this was God saying like, hey, you're where you need to be. You are where you need to be. And it was so awesome talking to her. Like she showed me a before picture, and she looked amazing, and she felt good, and it was just the perfect like ending to my my journey to that point, because it was just go go go, all these appointments, and then that was my last one before my last visit with my surgeon, and it was just awesome to talk to her. So yeah, that's my advice to anybody in this process, or anybody who's thinking about getting into this. Just, you know, relax and take the time. If you're given longer amount of time, then utilize that time to really, you know, assess your emotional being, like, because it's a lot. It's a lot. So thanks for watching, and thank you to anyone subscribing. And I really do want to stay consistent on here and give somebody a journey to follow along with. So thank you. See you guys on the next video. Bye.